Customer accounts. This video will describe the different types of customer accounts and their characteristics. Some of the accounts to be examined are defined by whether the broker-dealer has extended credit, while others are distinguished by their purpose. Additionally, we will cover various account registrations, including individual, joint, corporate, custodial, and retirement. Account types and characteristics. Cash accounts. A cash account is a type of brokerage account where the investor must pay the full amount for the securities being purchased. In a cash account, an investor is not permitted to borrow funds from their broker-dealer to pay for transactions. Most firms require that customers pay for their trades by the settlement date or risk incurring potential interest charges. However, Regulation T mandates that customers pay for their purchases within 2 business days of regular way settlement, that is, S+2. Margin accounts. A margin account is a type of brokerage account in which a broker-dealer lends money to the customer, enabling them to purchase securities. The broker-dealer will hold the purchased securities as collateral for the loan. Margin increases the customer's purchasing power, but also exposes investors to the potential for significant losses if the securities decline in value. Transactions executed in a margin account are also subject to Regulation T requirements. Reg T impacts margin accounts in 2 key ways. 1. Customers are generally required to deposit 50% of the trade amount, while the firm lends the remaining 50%. And 2. Customers may pay their portion within 2 business days of regular way settlement. There are 2 types of positions that may be established in a margin account. Long. The client borrows funds from the broker-dealer to purchase shares. And short. The client borrows shares from the broker-dealer to execute a short sale. For both long and short positions, no loan, money or stock, is provided unless the customer's equity is at least $2,000. Since not all margin customers begin with substantial purchases, industry rules establish minimum equity requirements for initial transactions in their margin accounts. For a long position, the customer's minimum required deposit is the lesser of $2,000 or 100% of the purchase price. However, for a short position, the customer's minimum required deposit is $2,000. Margin agreements. To open a margin account, a margin agreement must be signed by the client, containing the following key provisions. The credit agreement discloses the terms under which the broker-dealer will finance the customer's purchase, including how interest is calculated and charged to the account. The hypothecation pledge agreement states that the securities purchased by the customer will collateralize the debt to the broker-dealer. Additionally, the broker-dealer may rehypothecate the securities, that is, use the customer's securities to obtain a loan from a bank. The loan consent agreement grants the broker-dealer the right to lend the customer's securities to other clients or broker-dealers for short sale purposes. Since a customer loses the right to vote on the loaned stock, signing this part of the margin agreement is optional. Although selling stock short in a margin account doesn't involve the same financing arrangement as a long purchase, a margin agreement is still required, as the broker-dealer will be selling borrowed stock on behalf of the customer. Margin disclosure statement. For any customer who opens a margin account with a member firm, a margin disclosure statement must be provided to indicate that the customer can lose more money than the amount deposited in the margin account. The firm can force the sale of securities or other assets in the account. The firm can sell the customer's securities or other assets without notifying him. The customer cannot choose which securities or other assets in his account are liquidated or sold to meet a margin call. The firm can increase its in-house maintenance margin requirements at any time, and isn't required to provide the customer with prior written notice. The customer isn't entitled to an extension of time for a margin call. Options accounts. Options trading involves a high degree of risk. Purchasers may lose their entire investment if the option expires. Therefore, options trading may not be suitable for everyone. Firms must have a procedure in place that requires customer accounts to be approved for options trading before accepting an order from a customer to buy or sell options.